Next problem. If 1 by 2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 1, then prove that cos inverse x plus cos inverse of x by 2 plus root over 3 minus 3x square by 2 equal to pi by 3. If 1 by 2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 1, then we have to prove that cos inverse x plus cos inverse of x by 2 plus root over 3 minus x square by 2 equal to pi by 3. Here LHS is cos inverse x plus cos inverse of x by 2 may be written as 1 by 2 into x here plus root over 3 minus 3x square by 2 may be written as root 3 by 2 into root over 1 minus x square. I am taking 3 common here, and once you write that 3 outside the root, we get root 3 by 2, and remaining term is root over 1 minus x square. That is cos inverse x plus cos inverse of 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is cos pi by 3 into x plus root 3 by 2 sin 60, hence sin pi by 3 to root over 1 minus x. Now to reduce this into the cos A cos B plus sin A sin B form, cos A cos B plus sin A sin B form, that means cos of A minus B form. Put x equal to here some cos alpha, where cos alpha lies between here 1 by 2 and 1 as per our given condition, where x lies between 1 by 2 and 1 means cos alpha lies between 1 by 2 and 1, which implies alpha lies between 0 and cos takes the value half whenever it takes pi by 3. Once taking x equal to cos alpha, and from the given condition x lies between 1 by 2 and 1, cos alpha lies between 1 by 2 and 1, where alpha lies between 0 and pi by 3. Now taking x equal to cos alpha in this one, the LHS is, so LHS equal to cos inverse x plus cos inverse of cos pi by 3 into cos alpha here plus sin pi by 3 into root over 1 minus cos square alpha, root over 1 minus cos square alpha. That is cos inverse x, cos inverse of cos pi by 3 cos alpha plus sin pi by 3 sin alpha, because root over 1 minus cos square alpha is sin alpha. Now this one reduces to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B form, which is cos of A minus B. Hence cos inverse x plus cos inverse of cos pi by 3 minus alpha, because cos of A minus B, where A is pi by 3 and B is alpha, cos A cos B, that means cos pi by 3 cos alpha plus sin A sin B, sin pi by 3 plus sin alpha. Here pi by 3 minus alpha, pi by 3 minus alpha, alpha less than or equal to pi by 3, minus alpha takes greater than or equal to minus pi by 3, adding pi by 3 on both sides, pi by 3 minus alpha is greater than or equal to 0. This is clearly positive. Moreover, and lies between, this is minus 0 and alpha lies between 0 and pi by 3 implies minus alpha lies between minus pi by 3 and 0. Adding pi by 3 we get 0 is less than or equal to pi by 3 minus alpha is less than or equal to pi by 3. So once alpha lies between 0 and pi by 3, this pi by 3 minus alpha lies between 0 and pi by 3. This value lies between 0 and pi by 3. Hence, you can apply cos inverse of cos theta is theta. Cos inverse of cos theta as theta once pi by 3 minus alpha lies between 0 and pi by 3 itself. So, hence it is cos inverse x plus cos inverse of cos theta is theta itself, since cos inverse of cos theta is theta, where theta lies between 0 and pi. So, cos inverse x plus pi by 3 minus alpha. But alpha, what is alpha here? Alpha is cos inverse x. Replacing alpha with cos inverse x, x equal to cos alpha implies alpha is cos inverse x. Now, you can remove this cos inverse x, hence we get pi by 3, which is our RHS. So, cos inverse x plus cos inverse of x by 2 plus root over 3 minus 3x square by 2 takes the value pi by 3. By proper way of molding the terms, you can apply the properties of the inverse trigonometric functions and you can get the required result. Next, problem. This is also an important problem. If cos inverse x plus cos inverse y plus cos inverse z is pi, then prove that x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xyz takes the value 1. If cos inverse x plus cos inverse y plus cos inverse z is pi, then prove that x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xyz equal to 1. Now, to prove this, let us consider the given relation cos inverse x plus cos inverse y plus cos inverse z is pi. Transfer this cos inverse z term to right hand side. That gives us cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is pi minus cos inverse of z. Now, apply cos inverse x plus cos inverse y property. Cos inverse x plus cos inverse y by the known property, this is cos inverse of xy minus root over 1 minus x square into root over 1 minus y square, which is equal to pi minus cos inverse of z may be written as cos inverse of minus z, since already cos inverse of minus a equal to pi minus cos inverse a. This is also known property. So, cos inverse x plus cos inverse y may be written as cos inverse of xy minus root over 1 minus x square into root over 1 minus y square equal to pi minus cos inverse z may be written as cos inverse of minus z. Now, removing cos inverse, by taking cos on both sides, you can remove cos inverse. So that we get xy minus the square root of 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square as minus z. Now to get the given result, you have to remove the square root. To remove the square root, interchange these two terms. On interchanging these two terms, we get xy plus z takes the value root over 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. Xy plus z equal to root over 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. Squaring on both sides to remove the square root. We get xy plus z whole square equal to 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. That gives us x square y square plus 2xyz here plus z square equal to, and taking the product of these two factors here, we get 1 into 1 into minus y square of course, minus x square into 1 minus x square minus into minus plus x square y square. You can remove this x square y square on both sides. Like terms you can remove on both sides. So x transfer that x square y square terms to the left hand side, so that we get x square plus y square. Already here we have z square plus 2xyz becomes 1. This is our required result. X square plus y square plus z square plus 2xyz equal to 1. This is also one important problem. Similarly, prove that for x, y, z, x comma y comma z greater than 0, tan inverse of root over x into x plus y plus z by yz here plus tan inverse of root over y into x plus y plus z by xz here plus similarly tan inverse of root over z into x plus y plus z by xy is 0. Tan inverse of root over x into x plus y plus z by yz plus tan inverse of y into root over y into x plus y plus z by xz plus tan inverse of root over z into x plus y plus z by xy takes the value 0. To prove this, let a equal to root over x by yz into x plus y plus z plus z. B equal to root over y by xz into x plus y plus z. C equal to root over z by xy into x plus y plus z. Taking A as this one and this B and this is C. Now consider A plus B plus C. Consider A plus B plus C on adding these three. On adding, this is the common root over x plus y plus z is common to all the A, B, C. Hence taking that common term as common, square root of x plus y plus z into, we get root over x by yz plus root over y by zx plus root over z by xy. Again, on simplification, taking LCM as square root of x, y, z. This root yz, taking LCM and we get it is a multiple of root x times 2 that of root yz. Hence, root x into root x gives us x. Similarly, root y into root y becomes y. Root z into root z gives z. Hence, a plus b plus c. Here a plus b plus c is root over x plus y plus z into x plus y plus z. That gives us x plus y plus z whole power 3 by 2. 1 by 2 here plus power 1. 1 plus 1 by 2 power. On adding the exponents, we get x plus y plus z whole power 3 by 2 because the bases are equal by root over x, y, z. This is our a plus b plus c. Now coming to a into b into c and a, b, c, taking the product of these three. Taking product, we get root over x plus y plus z into root over x plus y plus z into root over x plus y plus z 3 times. Hence, we get root over x plus y plus z whole cube. Again, root x into root y into root z. So, root x y z. In the denominator, root yz into root xz into root xy. That gives us xyz only. Root x whole square, root y whole square, root z whole square. So that we get xyz. So you can remove root times in this one. Hence, this is also x plus y plus z whole power 3 by 2 by root over xyz. That means the sum of a plus b plus c is product of a, b, c itself. So LHS is here. Now LHS is tan inverse a plus tan inverse b plus tan inverse c. Tan inverse a plus tan inverse b plus tan inverse c, LHS. That is in terms of tan inverse of a plus b plus c, the sum of the terms minus product of the terms a, b, c by 1 minus sum of the product of the terms taken 2 at a time. That is a, b plus b, c plus c. This is our formula. Tan inverse a plus tan inverse b plus tan inverse c is tan inverse of a plus b plus c minus a, b, c by 1 minus a, b plus b, c plus c. This is also one formula. This is tan inverse of, here a plus b plus c is same to that of a, b, c. These two terms are equal. Hence, 0 by, that is tan inverse of 0, 0, which is our required result. So once assuming this one a and if this is b, this is c, you can show that sum of a, b, c is product of a, b, c. Once sum of a, b, c is equal to product of a, b, c. From this formula, tan inverse a plus tan inverse b plus tan inverse c is tan inverse of a plus b plus c minus a, b, c by 1 minus of a, b plus b, c plus c a. Here a plus b plus c is equal to a, b, c, then we get 0 here. So tan inverse 0 is 0, the required result. This is also one more important problem. Next, find the sum of infinite terms of series, of course. Tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus 1 square plus tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus 2 square plus tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus 3 square, and so on up to infinity. Just a simple application of finding of infinite series in inverse trigonometric functions. This model is also an important model. Tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus 1 square. Tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus 2 square plus tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus 3 square, and so on up to infinity. Sum of infinite terms you have to find. So these two term changes here. You can observe that here is 1 plus 1 square, here is 2 plus 2 square, here is 3 plus 3 square. 1 is common throughout the terms of the series. Hence, at first write the nth term. Here nth term, Tn. Nth term of the series is tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n plus n square. Taking n equal to 1, we get first term. Taking n equal to 2, we get second term. Taking n equal to 3, we get third term, like that. So that nth term of the series is tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n square. Now consider Sn, that is sigma of Tn, the sum of n terms of the series. That is sigma tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n square. Of course, n is running from 1 to n itself. So that is sigma tan inverse of, now I can write this one as n plus 1 minus n. So n cancel, we get 1 in the numerator by the denominator n plus 1 into n, because n square plus n, taking n as common, we get n into n plus 1. So n plus 1 into n. That means here tan inverse of 1 by 1 plus n, 1 by 1 plus n square is reduced to tan inverse of sum a minus b by 1 plus ab. Tan inverse of a minus b by 1 plus ab. Tan inverse of a minus b by 1 plus ab is tan inverse a minus tan inverse b. You can apply this property. Once you apply this property here, Sn takes the value sigma tan inverse of n plus 1 minus tan inverse n. Now on expanding the sigma notation from 1 to n itself, for n equal to 1 we get tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1, taking n equal to 1, plus n equal to, for n equal to 2 we get tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2, and for n equal to 3 we get tan inverse 4 minus tan inverse 3, like that up to you can apply n equal to n itself. tan inverse of n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1. On expanding the summation from 1 to n, that means taking n equal to 1, we get tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1. Taking n equal to 2, tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2, like that up to nth term. Taking n tan inverse n equal to n, tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse n. This is the sum of n terms of the given series. So tan inverse 2 cancel, tan inverse 3 cancel in the next term. Similarly, tan inverse 4 cancel in the next term. Like that, tan inverse n cancel in the previous term. So we get the remaining terms are tan inverse of n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1. This is our sum of n terms. As n tends to infinity, that means taking infinite terms sum. Now, as n tends to infinity, n goes to infinity, that means the sum of terms taken terms are infinity. We get S infinity equal to sum of infinite terms of the series is, as n goes to infinity implies n plus 1 also goes to infinity. So it becomes infinity. So tan inverse infinity minus tan inverse 1. But tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. The sum of infinite terms of infinite series, given infinite series is pi by 4. So the required sum of the infinite terms of the series is pi by 4. Like this, you can apply the inverse trigonometric properties in evaluation of sum of infinite series. Based on this infinite series, I will give one more problem. Find the sum of infinite terms of the series. The given series is cot inverse of 2 square plus 1 by 2 plus cot inverse of 2 cube plus 1 by 2 square and so on up to infinity. That means one more term I will write, one more term 2 power 4 plus 1 by 2 cube and so on. Find the sum of infinite terms of the series. Cot inverse 2 square plus 1 by 2 plus cot inverse 2 cube plus 1 by 2 square and so on. At first write Tn. The nth term of the series is here, cot inverse of here is 2 square, here is 2 cube. The first term starts with 2 square, the second term starts with 2 cube, 2 power 4, like that. So Tn is 2 power n plus 1 plus the first term. In the first term we have 1 by 2, in the second term 1 by 2 square, in third term 1 by 2 cube. Like that, in the nth term we have 1 by 2 power n. This is the nth term of the series. Now consider the sum of n terms. Sn is, I will take Sn as k equal to 1 to n cot inverse of 2 power k plus 1 plus 1 by 2 power k itself. Replacing n with k, we get kth term. The sum is taken from 1 to k equal to 1 to n. K equal to 1, k equal to 2, k equal to 3. Like that, you have to write n terms of the series, and adding those terms, we get the summation of n terms of the series. Now, simplify this one. Sigma k equal to 1 to n cot inverse of, this is 2 power k plus 1 into 2 power k. 2 power k plus 1 into 2 power k means 2 power 2k plus 1, adding the component x. the bases are equal. So 2 power k into 2 power k plus 1 is 2 power 2k plus 1 plus 1 by 2 power k, which is sigma tan inverse of, that is sigma, write cot inverse in terms of tan inverse as 2 power k by 1 plus 2 power 2k plus 1. This is our sum of n terms of the series, given series. Now I will write this tan inverse term as, now 2 power k is 2 power k into 2 minus 1, which is nothing but 2 power k into 1, 2 power k itself, by 1 plus, this is 2 power k plus 1 into 2 power k, because 2 power k into 2 power k plus 1 we are taking, that is 2 power k into 2 power k plus 1, which is k from 1 to n, tan inverse of 2 power k into 2 is 2 power k plus 1, 2 power k into 1 is 2 power k, by 1 plus 2 power k plus 1 into 2 power k itself. Now I can able to reduce the series, each term of the series in the form tan inverse of a minus b by 1 plus ab. Tan inverse of a minus b by 1 plus ab may be written as sigma, that means Sn, is k equal to 1 to n tan inverse of 2 power k plus 1 minus tan inverse of 2 power k. Because tan inverse of a minus b by 1 plus ab is tan inverse a minus tan inverse b. So sigma k equal to 1 to n tan inverse of 2 power k plus 1 minus tan inverse of 2 power k. Now expanding the summation here, that means taking k equal to 1, 2, 3 like that up to n, we get tan inverse of, for k equal to 1, 2 square minus tan inverse 2. This is the first term. For k equal to 2, we get tan inverse of 2 cube minus tan inverse of 2 square. Like that, finally we get, for k equal to 1, tan inverse of 2 power n plus 1 minus tan inverse 2 power n. This is the sum of n terms of the series. Now tan inverse 2 square minus tan inverse 2 square cancel. Tan inverse 2 cube get cancel in the next term, and so on. Tan inverse 2 power n also cancel in the previous term. So that therefore Sn takes the value. Finally we get a tan inverse of 2 power n plus 1 minus tan inverse of 2 power tan inverse 2. Now you have to find S infinity, that means sum of infinite terms of the series. Now as n goes to infinity, that means once you consider the sum of infinite terms of the series, sum of n terms, infinite terms of the series, then 2 power n plus 1 goes to infinity, because 2 power infinity gives us infinity, because the base is more than 1. So therefore S infinity in such case, as n goes to infinity, S infinity equal to, it becomes tan inverse infinity minus tan inverse 2. But tan inverse infinity is pi by 2 minus tan inverse 2, which is our required infinite sum of infinite terms of the series, pi by 2 minus tan inverse 2.